The word on this channel today is fun, because in an ideal world, that's what it's like supporting your football team. It's entertaining, it's enjoyable, you're excited for it. It gives you a 90, or in today's world, a 100-minute distraction from real life because it's fun. Now, that's never going to happen for the entire season. There's always going to be peaks and troughs. And depending on who you support, you're more than likely going to have more lows than you are highs. Because for every one or two teams that are overachieving, the fan bases are really enjoying what their club are producing, and they're excited to see where they may end up at the end of the season. On the other end of the spectrum, there's a couple of sides who are underachieving, not living up to expectations, and the fan bases aren't particularly enjoying what is being served up, and they are not having fun. So when I'm having fun, I like to enjoy it. I allow myself to enjoy it. Now, I appreciate this sounds a bit of a stretch for a fan of a club that's sitting 16th in the Premier League. On the 27th of February, we're nearly in March. On the 27th of February, we're aiming to win back-to-back Premier League games for the first time this season. The fact that I'm excited to face Leicester City, who are 19th in the Premier League, at home. And I think that tells a story of what we've seen so far this season. It's not been good being a West Ham fan so far. And I think the last couple of nights I've realised how relaxed I am with what's going on at the minute at West Ham. I loved beating Arsenal. I've loved the fallout. It's been very entertaining. Even a few days later, it's still fun watching how the Arsenal fans have sort of lost their minds a little bit. Then they dropped 2 points against Nottingham Forest. The title was already done. It is definitely done now. But it was fun because we've caused that on Saturday afternoon. But coming into tonight's game, watching the games over the last couple of nights in the Premier League, previously earlier on this season, I've been watching other games and I've got a bit frustrated about the situation at West Ham, where you might see certain players that were signed in the summer playing well for their new clubs. You think, could our transfer window not have gone this well? You might see the football being played by other clubs such as Bournemouth, and you think, can we not play a bit like that, please? You look at other clubs and you get a little bit envious. Now, there's still an element of envy about me, because this week I've been watching various games and almost it feels like it happened ages ago, remembering what it was like to be in a European race. Because I think the European race this season, the Premier League, it's got me hooked. Aston Villa, who are 10th in the Premier League, are 4 points behind Chelsea, who are 5th, and that's 99% going to be a Champions League spot this season. 4 points between 5th and 10th. The European race is alive and kicking in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Brighton, love it. Best of luck to them all. The more Sky Sports 6 Premier League teams that miss out on certain European spots, the better. Arsenal are now closer to 10th than they are first in the Premier League. It's fun. But most of my fun has come from away from West Ham. But today, we play Leicester City tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's not necessarily because we're going to achieve anything. I don't think we'll finish in the top half of the table. I don't think we'll get relegated. So ultimately, in terms of league position, we're not really playing for much reward. We're playing for a financial reward. Every position's worth between 2 and 3 million. We climb a couple of spots, 5-6 million extra towards the summer. It's a lot of money, really, especially when you're supposedly skint. But I'll tell you what else will be fun. I'm going to talk about the game in a second. There's 2 things I'd like to see tonight. Finishing above Spurs and Man United. Now, it's not anything to write home about, right? Insert meme of the clip on FIFA when the team are lifting the trophy, but the trophy's not there. There's a glitch. So they're just lifting nothing and they're celebrating nothing. But finishing above Spurs and Man United, it would be funny. To have a crap season and finish above those two, and it's not saying much. They've not been good, obviously. I just think there's an element of humour attached to it, and I think it winds a few people up as well. Fun. So I'm hoping we can achieve that. Win tonight, we got equal points with Spurs and Man United, going into the FA Cup weekend as well. So fun is coming back to London Stadium, and I'm hoping we see, if those going tonight, see a little bit of it. Now, before we discuss it, we're going to point in direction of today's video sponsors, which is Surfshark. Now, this is not fun. You don't want to get your devices hacked. You don't want people see what you've got on your phone, your tablet, your computer. And Surfshark VPN adds an extra layer of security to help keep your private details and your private things private. But I'm not an expert when it comes to security and how all these things work. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, because of this coding and that coding, everything, where I don't know. I can only read what you read. But there are certain features of Surfshark which I can tell you about because I really like them. And there's one or two things about your account that I appreciate as well. Now, my favourite thing is changing your geolocation. Mentioned it numerous times. I continue mentioning it because it's one of the biggest appeals. And Gonzo mentioned Surfshark to me a few years ago about how he had it. I thought, oh, maybe I should get a VPN. And then when I heard about changing geolocation, I thought, oh, that could be quite useful. If I were to ever go away and want to change my location back to the UK so I could continue watching content available in the UK, I could do that with a few clicks of a button, and it's dead easy, I promise you. You've got the app on your phone, you click on the Surfshark app, and you can just click a button and change location. It is simple, there's no complicated, it's not secret, it's not like you had Football Manager, you've got to go into the database to change things. It's nothing like that. You just click a few buttons, it's options for you. Also, you only need one account for multiple devices, unlimited devices. So if you're watching this and you've got your missus, you've got a couple of kids at home, you sign up to Surfshark, you can get Surfshark downloaded onto all their devices, and all their devices are covered under that one account and one payment. Plus, we've got a special offer for you here on Hammer Chat. Go to surfshark.com/Hammer Chat. You will get 4 months free. Free, totally free, 1/3 of the year for free. Plus, there's a money-back guarantee, a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, I've tested this. One rule we've got here on Hammer's Chat is if we won't use it or buy it, we won't promote it. That's our rule. When we get offered brand deals, that's our rule. So when we get perks, we do this or we do this, I go and check it. I say, right, okay, I'm going to go check your 30-day. Before we even sign that brand deal, I'm going to go check that 30-day money-back guarantee. Before I promote it, I want to know how easy is it. It is simple. You can just go on and say that you want to end your account. You click a few buttons. It takes less than 60 seconds to close your account and get a full 30-day money-back refund from Surfshark. Links in the description below. Keep your accounts, keep your devices a little bit safer than they were this morning. Right, moving on to tonight's game. Fun. Fun is going to be the topic. When we did the preview, a couple of people commented, which was if Evan Ferguson starts the game tonight, and I hope he does. I really hope to see Ferguson start tonight. But if he did start, he's likely not to manage 90 minutes. And I agree with that because of what Graham Potter said before the Arsenal game. He stressed, Potter was very keen to point out Ferguson was not ready to play 90 minutes. You can start the game and not play 90 minutes, and that's what I want to see tonight. But off the back of that, a couple of people on the preview said, well, it'd be nice to see Guilherme. And it made me want to see Guilherme. It made me think, do you know what? I agree with them. Because I think when we're looking at, with one eye on next season, what do we want to see next season at West Ham? And you look at the current squad, there's a few players where we'll all collectively agree one or two shouldn't be here. And we'll all disagree with other players as well. So if I was to throw out Thomas Souček, some people watching this will say, oh yeah, sell him. Others will say, whoa, you're mental. You can't sell him. And there'll be some in the middle as well. He's the one that I think splits the fan base the most. But there's also some players I think you can say don't know. And there are not many of them. But I think Guilherme is one of them. Do you want to see him at West Ham next season? Well, we don't really know, do we? Because we've not seen him enough. And when we've seen him, he's looked all right in his cameo appearance. Because that's what they are, aren't they? He's not really had a proper crack at it yet. It's a handful of minutes here and there off the bench. But in those minutes, especially at Chelsea, I thought he looked good. And it's made me want to see more of him, but also for longer periods of time. Can we see him for 20 minutes, half an hour? And I'm hoping that tonight is the fixture that we can, because we've got some difficult games coming up between now and the end of the season, and some tricky fixtures out there. And I appreciate we're not playing for anything really in terms of the league, but there's got to be a benefit to that. And that is being able to play the likes of Guilherme, because over the last couple of nights and previously, I've seen clubs playing for something, giving young players an opportunity, and they've got something to risk there. We don't. We're in a, I say, privileged position It's not, because it's off the back of failure. Potter's in a privileged position in the sense that he's come in, and the expectation is just keep us in the Premier League. If you keep us away from relegation battle, that's enough for this season. Next season, that may change, and it will change for me as well. I don't have a positional expectation in this. If we finish 16, we finish 16. But I want to have a little bit of fun along the way, and I want to learn things. I want to learn things about Potter, but I want him to learn things about this squad. And the best way to learn about Guilherme is to play Guilherme. He may make mistakes. It's the best way to learn. So I want to see him tonight as well. The formation's an interesting one, because we've seen against Brentford, we tried to change the back four. It was crap. It did not work whatsoever. Went back to our back three against Arsenal. This looked good. That sort of 3-4-3 formation has worked well under Potter. 3-5-2 against Arsenal, it worked well. But previously, when he was at Swansea, he predominantly played a back four. And when he was at Brighton, he played a lot of different formations, Potter. Not just whether it's 3 at the back or 4 at the back. There was variations ahead of that as well. So it could be 4-4-2, it could be 4-3-3, it could be 4-2-3-1. He had a lot of different ways of playing. And they've spoke about it from his Swedish club, Östrands, I don't know how you pronounce it. That's Swedish. You know the Swedish club. They've spoken about how he had a lot of tactics, a lot of different variations and ways of playing. And that's got to be one of the hardest things to implement as a head coach. I imagine it is. To get your team to play the way you want to is one thing. But to get your team to play the way you want to in 5 or 6 different ways, that's a big ask. Now, some players' roles within those 6 different ways of playing, for example, some players' roles would remain the same for maybe 3 of them. So there is a slight similarity between them. But at the minute, I feel like we've sort of mastered the 3-4-3 at West Ham already. There are other ways of... Potter's spoken about how he wants to evolve it and add layers to the way we play. But I think we've got the fundamental basics locked down to some extent. But tonight maybe presents an opportunity to go to 4 at the back, be a little bit more aggressive, be a bit more on the front foot. And it was pleasing to hear Potter suggest we've got to do that, but Max Kilman say we have to do that. Kilman has spoken about how we need to have more of the ball, play higher at the pitch, be more attacking against this Leicester team tonight. And that's what I want to see, because one of the grievances I've had as a West Ham fan over a few managers' tenures at the club, which has been you'd beat Arsenal, you'd play the next game at home to a Leicester, and you'd play the same way again, and it'd be a bit frustrating. You want to see horses for courses, don't you? You want to see a game plan to suit the team you're playing. And it's funny because maybe this is a bit hypocritical, I don't know, but when we go away to certain teams, like if we were to go away to Man United and it's a piss-poor Man United, that phrase, oh, he's playing the badge, not the team, and it was applicable. I think that's still true. Quite often we'd go out there and we'd line up and play as if we were facing Fergie's team, but we weren't. We were facing this crap version of Man U. I feel like we've almost got to do a little bit of that tonight, but also a little bit of we're playing the badge, which is we're playing the team we're playing a relegation team here. We're playing a team that's 19th in the league. Let's go do that. Let's go try and entertain the fans. Because the London Stadium hasn't been a particularly fun place to go this season. Lost the last 2 home games. I think it's important we get a win tonight. I think the way I see this going is we will take the lead. We might go 1 or 2 up. Then I can see us maybe starting to just shut up shop a little bit, get back-to-back wins, get back-to-back clean sheets, win a home game. I think if we can tick all those boxes, I think Potter will be happy. But if we could just have fun tonight, I think the fans will be happy as well. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing us play. I'm looking forward to seeing what Potter does. But beating Arsenal, you get momentum. And when listening to Potter, listening to Kilman speak this week, you feel that they're itching to get back out there. You've just beaten Arsenal. You want to go again. You want to play the next game straight away. Whereas Leicester, I think it'll be the opposite. They'll be a bit hurt again. But they got hiding against Brentford. Fans were booing. Fans were walking out. Fans were sarcastically cheering substitutions. It's not a good environment. They'll be pleased they're playing away from home. If Potter could do one thing, if you said to me, what could Potter change that would make a significant difference to the success of West Ham United, I would suggest it's making the London Stadium home and turning it into a bit of a fortress. And now it was under Moyes during COVID. I think it was a very difficult place to come then. And I think it has been now and again, I think under David Moyes we scored in every single home game. That's a really good achievement. That it's underestimated, that to not have a side rock up and keep a clean sheet against you on your home pitch. That's good. That's success. I think if Potter can start doing things like that, turn the London Stadium into places teams don't really want to come. Because for quite a few years, since we've moved in really, bar small periods, generally, teams have enjoyed coming to the London Stadium because there's no home advantage. If Potter can give us one, I think that would severely impact the likelihood of success at West Ham. And I'm not saying that starts tonight by beating Leicester. There's something that's got to be done long term. But I think what he can do tonight is hint that it's going to be a fun place to go. Anyway, bring Leicester City on tonight, get the 3 points, and hopefully at the end of the season finish above Man United and Spurs, because it'll be funny. If you're going to the game tonight, I hope you enjoy. You have a fantastic one. If you're not going to the game, we are live tonight at 6:55 on this channel. So come back, join myself and Gonzo for the build-up. We'll be discussing the team that Graham Potter names, and then we'll have to watch along as well. So everything you need will be right here. So 6:55. We'll see you then.